Hey guys!
Alright folks, we're here today to check out a Patreon request from this patrono right here, Dissection with the song The Somberlain. Yeah, I mean, we've done a few Dissection songs on the channel before. Incredible, iconic band. Fuck, I don't even want to talk, I just want to check out this song.
I was gonna say the thumbnail or the album cover looks very
King Diamond?
Ordinogan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say King Diamond. It looks like
A mix
Abigail.
between King Diamond and Ordinogan.
So I think we know where that idea came from. Alright, let's check this out.
strength, carry me through this maze.
In a world filled with Timo Borgirs, we need more dissection. Or I should say Temo Borgirs or Timo, whatever the name of that website is. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Timo, the
Oh,
website.
Timo, yeah.
So in a world of Timo Borgirs, see what I did there? We need more dissections. So that's my comment after listening to this song. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Or you want me to say some shit? I have a lot to say.
If you have a lot to say, then say
Okay,
it.
so let me start off by saying this. I've always been able to see, but this song really gave me a clear idea on why. What?
I've always been able to see. Just starting it off with, I've always been able to see. Is
Dude,
fun.
I haven't even taken any gummies. I'm not even high. I've gotten to I think I've taken so much shit lately that I think at this point I'm just
You're
permanently
perma-fried.
high. Yeah, I'm permanently high.
Okay.
So, anyways, now you kill my fucking train of thought here. So I've always been able to see that the connection or the inspiration that Winterson has taken off of Dissection. Always. It's clear, it's there, it's visible. Listening to this song, it becomes super clear the way Yachty writes songs with Winterson. The influences from Dissection are all over the place. It's like impossible not to see it. The way this song gets constructed
It's how, like, a
it's the
Winterson
way
song.
a Winter song gets constructed. And when you listen to this track, when you're watching a movie, for example, sound good movie makers, specifically when it comes to horror and thriller, like let's talk about Hitchcock, for example. He always used sound to create ambiance, but also to create like to create fear, to create this unknown. Like if you look at a movie like Jaws, has nothing to do with Hitchcock, but a movie like Jaws, that music, don't, as it gets
creates
close,
suspense, it creates fear. Yeah.
like it becomes intertwined with the experience that you're having or where the movie is taking you in any specific moment, right? This song has that built into the song. The song moves in certain ways in terms of where he wants to take you and where he wants to build suspense and where he wants the song to have like a climb. Like the track is really interesting from that perspective, because if you actually really listen to this song, the track feels like a movie score. The way it moves, the way it takes you, the way it builds, the way it transports you from section to section is not built like your prototypical versus chorus, solo chorus song ends. It really has that grabbing you by the hand and taking you on this journey with the right cliffhangers here and there, building up to something and giving you this sense of, ooh, I don't know what's behind that door, but the music is getting menacing, something bad is going to happen. This track has all of that built into it, and if you really listen to it, if you really pay attention to it, you can see it. And I love that kind of stuff, especially on tracks like this, especially in this kind of sound. I love something that is not just words, it's not just music, it's not just notes. It carries a lot more than that, that has a little bit more of a soul to it, that has a sense of transporting you, of taking you somewhere. This track is phenomenal from that standpoint. I mean, I'm yet to hear a song from Dissection that is not good. So this one is no different. I just love the way this song really transports the listener, and it has that cinematic construction built into the way the track comes across.
Yeah, it definitely does, and I think it's the you bringing in Winter Sun is a good is as good as any when it comes to like showing the similarities of both, because just like Winter Sun, it takes you on that journey. It especially like when I feel like it's getting a little stale in certain areas, it does switch right away, and it's able to catch itself on certain things throughout the track, and it allows the track to feel fresh without changing too much. I love the fucking like the guitar throughout the track is really well done.
The old school production, I mean, this is old school,
It's
but
old
but the
school,
old school
yeah.
production on these tracks is just mint. Like, don't
So-
I hope nobody ever thinks it's a good idea to remaster this stuff and re-release it like a remastered. I hope nobody ever has that horrible idea. There's certain shit that doesn't need to be touched. It just needs to be left alone the way it is, because it's just perfectly
Hearing the
fine.
smacks of like the drums, and they're like smacking and then dissipating.
But it's very analog. It has like an
Yes, yeah,
analog
like you
feel
can
to
hear it's something you wouldn't hear in
These
newer-
days.
These days, but it adds a lot, man. It adds a lot. Being able to hear the thok of the drum and then hearing the thok and then the dissipation of it, very like it's something super old school.
The
and
guitar sound
something
is
that you're not gonna get
phenomenal.
today. And but the guitar itself is just phenomenal. Like throughout the track, I'm the whole time I'm just here like tapping along, listening to the track. I'm like listening in for certain things. Like this is not a track where I'm fully banging my head because I'm like, dude, there's so much swivel time, and I gotta catch on to the swivel time. And when I'm catching, I'm liking what I'm hearing. Then I'm hearing stuff that I'm not gonna hear from them now or bands like this now. It's a cool throwback to do this.
Yeah, and like I said, when you're listening to the song, the way the track moves in different ways, and the song becomes either more intense, more aggressive, a little bit bigger, like building up to something that's going to happen, and then it transports you somewhere else, and then it starts to build towards something completely different. But it's just so entertaining from that standpoint, because the track really is built like the way you would build a movie score if you were Hitchcock putting a soundtrack to one of his movies. I love that aspect to it, because it just brings another level of darkness, of eeriness to the song, that those guitars just
But I think
the icing on the cake.
for me, it's mainly like sonically that I'm enjoying from this track, because when the vocals are the vocals come in, the vocals aren't bad, obviously, but like I think it's because of it being older and stuff. Although I'm enjoying the older mixing when it comes to the guitars and everything, not really enjoying that vocal.
You would like the vocals to be a little bit higher?
I don't know. I think it's just because of it,
No,
it being older.
I think it's the
I
old
think
allure of it.
it's the whole allure of coming to it. I don't know. It loses me a little bit, but then sonically the song keeps me within, and I have nothing against the vocals themselves. I think the vocals is a perfect approach, and I think they're good vocals.
I think everything is perfect.
But dude, sonically, I really like this song. The fucking I love those, like you're using certain things with the guitar, like certain you know styles within the guitar to just do so much. You can add a lot with a little, and these guys really, you saying the Hitchcock stuff, dude, perfect. It's a
Hitchcock
perfect.
is perfect, because if you look at a Hitchcock movie, this it's not like the soundtrack of Hitchcock movies is very elaborate. It's actually pretty simple.
It's pretty simple,
But it tells the story on its own.
But sometimes simplicity is better, and for as simple as it is, it's doing what it's supposed to do. The certain songs are adding suspense. Sometimes it's certain sounds he adds, or when it's happening, adds the fear.
Like the shower scene in Psycho. right? Like when the person is in the shower.
Yeah. The suspense leading up to it, but then
That scene, like
the sound when the curtain gets
pull. Yeah.
pulled, that sound itself is part of the fear and the suspense. So everything has its own little sound,
Yeah.
sound bite with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think one of the greatest things about movies like that, and even if you want to go to like other movies, like horror, suspense, thriller, that kind of movies, especially like old school stuff. What's the one where like here's Johnny? I can't remember the name of that.
Oh,
The Shining. The Shining is another perfect example on how the sound on that movie is really used well to convey a feeling of what it meant to be there, or how weird and eerie it is to be in that situation,
Or even
right?
in like the old Friday the 13th movies. When
Like I said, nobody does it better than the old horror stuff or
the old,
thriller stuff.
I think because the old horror stuff, you obviously you don't have what you have now when you're making newer movies to add suspense in different ways. The old stuff is.
No, I
this
think
is
now
what
movies
they,
rely a lot on CGI and whatever.
Yeah.
They're way more gory.
Which it's its own. It is its own version of what the music was giving you. You know, like when Jason would show up out of nowhere, there would be the like the little sound that shows. And
that he's around.
Yeah, these sound cues that you're hearing are what the gore is now, right? Like the sound cues were what it was then, and each sound cue had their own
I think it's Friday
feeling to them.
I think it's Friday the 13th. That movie, the first one. There's not an actual scene where you see him actually.
Well, this is not him, but you don't see her at all.
No.
Well, you do see her at the end, but I don't think you see because it's his mother.
It's his mother. In the first one is his mother. But Friday the 13th is not the one that I wanted to mention. I want to mention Halloween. In the first Halloween, you don't. There's no scene where it's gory, like him killing somebody. Like the scene is always seen from the either the eyes of the person being killed or from a different angle. So you know the person is being killed, but you don't physically see the killing. Do you see what I'm saying?
But there's a lot of like.
But there's a lot
becomes
of
bombastic, and it becomes
and it's up to your mind to
What's
imagine
happening,
of what's
yeah.
happening, and that nothing worse than your mind, because your mind can go places that I don't care how creative you are, you can never really duplicate, because your mind can go in the worst places possible. So the sound mixed in with the little bit that you see allows your mind to fill in the blanks in terms of what is happening that you don't see, but you can imagine, right? So a track like this is a little bit like that. The track takes you in these places, and then it allows your mind to imagine what could be, because it's building up to this, and then it's taking you somewhere else. I find this way of songwriting is just super captivating. It's super, because the music never gets old. It doesn't matter if you listen to this when it came out or you listen to this today, 10 years from now. It just never gets old. It's always fresh. And I think going back to Wintersun, I think that's always been a huge appeal of Wintersun amongst their fan base, is their music never gets old.
no the
Dude, their music has
the shelf
aged
life. The shelf life
like a
is,
fine wine. Like Dissection, same thing. Aged like a fine wine. Certain bands, you go back and you listen to like earlier shit and you're like, ooh, not so good. Or even sometimes recent stuff that hasn't
old
aged very well.
Wintersun, old like this stuff, like the
When you're a good songwriter, your shit comes out in a way, your music comes out in a way that is just going to always age well.
Mhm.
Right? Because you're not writing something for the time. You're not writing something for what's popular at that time. You're not chasing glory. You're writing like what is your inspiration. You're writing what you feel, what you want to present. I think when you come from that point of experience and you're good at it, you're gonna end up with something cool. Anyways, that's what I think. I don't know. I never written anything, so fuck. What am I to say?
a lot of talk for a guy who's never done it.
No, I mean I've written reviews. Well, actually, I recorded video reviews.
We're recording reviews.
Yeah. I've written on a bathroom stall, like in really small letters on the door, saying, if you're reading this, you're pissing on the floor. Because you're sitting down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you stretch forward, you're not going to piss inside the toilet.
Depends.
Oh, if you have the pens, then you don't need to piss.
Not depends. I mean, like, depends. Like, if you have pretty good eyes and you can read it from far.
Nah, I feel like people who sit down at a toilet seat in a gas station, Vision is not their. I mean, amongst other things, that's not one of their strong points.
Yeah, but if you're sitting down to piss, I think you're taking a shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But whenever number 2 comes out, number 1 is never too far to follow.
True.
It triggers it. There's a connection between your anus and your
A
and
great,
your bladder.
great scholar once said, "Every pee-pee time is not a poo time, but every poo time is a pee-pee time."
Those are facts. Those are words of wisdom, my friends. I'm yet to take in a shit that a piss didn't follow. Has never happened. Never. Even that time that I took a shit in the parking lot outside a funeral home, a piss did follow that one as well.
Oh, really?
It's just automatic. When you release the hounds, I don't know. There's
You can't
something
believe-
about it. Like
I totally dude. I don't know how you did it. I wouldn't
Squatting.
be able to. I would have shot myself. I would rather
I
shit
squatted.
myself.
I hold on to the bumper of the car.
Yeah, I know you
And
did.
it was
I watched like your little head poke up from the top of the car. I remember.
It was not one of my greatest moments, I must say.
Thank God no one imagine someone opens the door. Oh, Grandpa. Oh, fuck. Like they watch you take a shit.
No.
Not the worst thing they've
It
seen.
would have been a
all day.
shitty day, gotten even shittier, I must say. It is what it is, folks. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Sometimes when nature calls, you just have to answer.
Yeah, I guess.
That's all I got to say about that. On that note, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for the patrono that requested this, and we'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.